What's up, guys? This is Taylor from Miscellaneous Ape. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about philosophy, but before I do, I just wanted to remind you guys to like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys are doing well also. It's crazy times out there. The branch of philosophy that I wanted to talk a little bit about today is called Stoicism. And Stoicism, one of the main tenets of this branch of philosophy is the domestication of emotions. And kind of what the video is going to be about is a particular quote from a Stoic philosopher named Seneca. And the quote is, "How does it help to make troubles heavier by bemoaning them?" In other words, what good does it do to complain about your trials or your adversity or the things that happen to you? And I would argue that it does no net good at all. I think one of the best arguments against complaining or bemoaning your trials, as he puts it, is that it's a thief of time. The time that you spend complaining about your trials is time that you're not spending looking for solutions. And that's time that you can't get back. But there's some evidence that it may be more than that. There may be not just a practical loss, but there may actually be some detriment to your health by having a pessimistic outlook. Every study that I cite here, I'm going to link in the description box below so you can check it out for yourself. And just a few caveats before I get into it. All of these studies relating to optimistic outlooks and health, they're all associational. They're all epidemiological research. There's no mechanism of action that's being proven or any kind of causality that's being demonstrated. So just to frame it in that context, I feel like is important. But you may find that it's worth thinking about and worth bringing up. So here's a few of them. Researchers from the Boston University School of Medicine found, after decades of research, that individuals with greater optimism are more likely to live longer and to achieve what they called exceptional longevity, which is living to age 85 or older. And that was a study with over 70,000 subjects, if I remember correctly. But there's other studies that suggest a similar relationship between optimism and positive health outcomes. I'll read a couple more. Scientists from Harvard and Boston University evaluated 1,306 men with an average age of 61. Each volunteer was evaluated for an optimistic or pessimistic explanatory style, as well as for blood pressure, cholesterol, obesity, smoking, alcohol use, and family history of heart disease. None of the men had been diagnosed with coronary artery disease when the study began. Over the next 10 years, the most pessimistic men were more than twice as likely to develop heart disease than the most optimistic men, even after taking other risk factors into account. There's another study suggesting that those with positive outlooks had lower blood pressures than those with a negative outlook. Those with the most positive outlooks had the lowest blood pressures. These results remained even after taking into account age, height, weight, marital status, alcohol use, diabetes, and medication. So again, none of these things are declaring empirically that if you have a positive outcome and you're complaining averse, that you're going to live forever, that you're going to live longer, and that there's guaranteed health benefits to doing that. But I think that they are worth talking about. But even in the absence of any positive health outcomes from being complaining averse, there still remains the practical benefits from being solutions focused instead of trial focused. When you spend your time focusing on solutions, which is not always easy to do, and there's a reason for that. There's a reason why there's more benefit in focusing on the solution instead of focusing on the trial. One is a lot harder. It's a lot harder to focus on how you can fix things than it is to sit there and complain, but the benefits are greater. I feel like this concept of being complaining averse, to avoid bemoaning your trials, as Seneca puts it, is a very practical thing to focus on and to think about in today's day and age. I'm fortunate enough to have not lost my job during the pandemic. I have seen a drop in my income. My pay has been decreased somewhat, but I don't have a lot of things to complain about in that regard because of this pandemic. But I do have trials, and I find that I can take care of these trials if I skip the step of complaining about them and go right into finding solutions. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share. I hope you derive some kind of value from it. But again, focus on the practicality of being complaining averse. And maybe, it's a big maybe some health benefits to being optimistic as well. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.